Alrighty, so like an absolute moron, I have already done the live stream and I recorded my gameplay and everything, but my audio was completely messed up and my recording settings were trash. So unfortunately, I won't be able to use the video that I originally planned to for this. So I'm going to re-record the showcase, and so I'm completely out of friendship coins. So I'm going to have to actually, for the first time ever, spend gems on PvP, which is I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. If you are new to the channel or anything, feel free to subscribe, like the video or whatever. Do whatever you want to do, because I do this for you. So we're going to be testing out the new Merlin, of course. She is honestly a lot better than I was expecting her to be. Maybe not like a lot better, but she's actually really like pretty decent as a unit. I'll let you see the stats and everything like that. But overall, if you don't know what she does, on level 2s, which she does rank up her own cards on the first turn, and you can basically seal enemies' AoE cards, so they can only use single target skills, which is really, really nice. And yeah, other than that, she has a single target pierce card, which is alright. Her passive is going to rank herself up. It gives you 5% basic stats for each unknown ally on the battlefield, and it will give her an 80% pierce rate boost for 2 turns as well. I think she's also giving herself 20% pierce for each ally on the battlefield. I could be wrong on that. We'll look at her pierce card, or her pierce stats or whatever when we get into the actual game. But yeah, we did quite a few matches. We did like 11 matches, which I'm super upset that they were just not able to be used. I guess re-recording it like this will at least give me some better quality and everything, but it is what it is. So she has 140% pierce, which I think is 60 plus 80%, so that is quite the increase there. We don't have to worry about a tier, actually, so let's go for the seal. Actually, he's probably running evasion food. Let's go for maybe this, because if we can get rid of tier, that would be fantastic. So this, okay, not actually running evasion food. This probably is a bot, unfortunately, then. If you want to, I will definitely leave a link to the live stream somewhere, either like in the video or in the description or anything like that. Feel free to go check it out. I'll try to have everything timestamped by the time this comes out and everything, so that way you can just skip straight ahead and go to some of the PvP matches. But they actually were pretty fun. We had several matches. I think we lost like 4 out of the 11 matches that we played, which was not terrible. And a lot of them ended up being pretty fun. The Sins teams, of course, were brutal. The Sins team is still like the direct counter to the Unknown team at the moment, so don't really recommend you using this team up against Sins teams, but then again, you don't really get to choose what you fight, so it kind of just is what it is. Her Pierce card actually was pretty cool in the sense that it does a pretty decent amount of damage. It doesn't always do the greatest, but the fact that she ranks up her cards and stuff like that pretty... you know, or like at the very beginning of each turn, or at the beginning of your match, at the beginning of her first turn, sorry, I'm all over the place, actually makes it pretty cool. It, you know, leads into a lot of, like, if you pull the extra card for her turn 1, you'll have decent potential to go for like a level 3 card. If you do get the level 3 AoE card, it'll actually seal their AoE skills for 2 turns. I'm not sure if we'll end up seeing it in this video or not, but the one big thing that going up against the Sins team was actually really nice is the fact that the Merlin AoE, whenever you do get the effect off on level 2 or level 3, it does actually seal AoE ultimates as well, which is pretty big considering that the normal Sins team is Lost Vein Meliodas, Purgatory, or Transcendent Bond, and the Festival Diane. And the fact that all 3 of those characters have a big AoE ultimate means that they can't use those. So that was honestly a really cool part of being able to use the character. So that was honestly really, really cool. But like I said, I don't know if we'll be able to see it right here. I'm just so upset that the matches weren't as good as they were, or like they were really good matches, but I can't show them off. So either way, I'm not sure if this is going to kill actually, but not quite. But either way, we'll go ahead and move on since this is probably a bot anyway. Alrighty, we got another instant load in here. I'm not sure if this is going to be a real player or not. We did fight several human teams when we were playing earlier, but obviously human teams can be a little hit or miss. They basically all are, you know, single target skills anyway, so the odds of you actually getting some decent damage off, or like being able to seal their cards at least, is not the greatest. I know that I feel it's so stupid, but if you do want to see those original matches, feel free to go look them up. Honestly, if you're interested in being there for the live stream and stuff like that, because it was really fun. It's always fun just interacting with you guys and stuff. Whenever the banners end up dropping, we always pretty much do a live stream to do pulls, and then they test the characters out and stuff like that, depending on if they're a PvP or whatever. Yeah, feel free to subscribe if you want to. You stop by and chat with me in some time if you're around whenever the live stream happens. Obviously, can be a little weird timing sometimes for at least like American viewers and stuff like that, because I do my live streams basically at like 12 a.m. whenever the patch drops for me, so I imagine if you're in the US or somewhere, you're probably not in the greatest spot to watch, unless you're maybe on like the East Coast or something, or the West Coast. Thought that was going to be a bot, I'll be honest with you. But either way, yeah, fun time. Ooh, okay, so we're basically fighting the trifecta here. We might end up being able to see some use of the skills and everything. Like I said, the Sins team is like very easy to counter. It's really easy to counter the Hell team or the Unknown team with this Sins team. So weird that he didn't taunt first. Very strange. But either way, we should actually be able to do some AoE sealing here, which is kind of nice. The only AoE we're actually going to seal is the Lost Vein AoE, but if they go for ultimates or anything like that, we might be able to pull something off there. So let's go for the tier card, tier single player. I don't want to rank up any cards if I don't have to. So we'll just waste this because, unfortunately, since we're crit chance lowered, he basically loses all of his damage. And then level 2's Pierce card here. He does have Nanashi in the back, dealing some pretty good damage, even to a taunted up Deanne, which I'm honestly not too unhappy with. I think that she does a decent amount of damage to the point where, if they get rid of my tier a lot of the times, I feel like I can still back up on some of the cards she has. I can actually deal some decent damage. Whereas with, like, if I was running, like, Echidna in this slot or something, like, the Infect is really good from Echidna, but her actual damage is not as good unless I'm using, like, an ultimate or something. But he's really splitting his damage here. Very odd way to play this, I've got to say. I think we go for the AoE seal here, because I think I'm going to have to go for some AoEs to crit, and then we can go for maybe this into this, so that way we don't disable any of our characters. So let's see this. 2-turn disable. Actually, the AoE, the first time I used it, it wasn't like super crazy, like it didn't do a whole lot of damage, but overall, I think that it actually does pretty good considering that it's just like a random debuff card. Like it doesn't have any sort of like crazy modifiers on it or anything. I guess the fact that you're like getting to level it up so easily from that first rank up or whatever, that obviously helps a ton. But overall, I've got to say it's actually not bad at all. I think the AoE card does slightly better damage than I was maybe anticipating, which is cool. But yeah, I don't know, kind of cool at the very least. So going for the Merlin again for whatever reason here. Okay, so he doesn't kill Merlin. He puts a bunch of stacks on himself. I have no idea why this guy is playing it like this. Hopefully this will kill her, and then we can get some decent damage off with the... Ooh, yeah, I think we're going to kill here. 65k on the Pierce card there was kind of nice. Ooh, yeah, big crits and everything because of a lot of stacks. And then they both have their debuff on, so hopefully this kills Bon. Not quite enough to kill Bon. Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised we're winning this. He's playing terribly, I have to say. I'm sorry. I don't mean to insult or anything, but normally it's pretty cut and dry. The Sins team, like, pretty much washes me every single time that I use it. But at least we got to go up against a Ragnarok team, a human team, and a Sins team. Unfortunate that the first team was a bot, but I guess it just kind of is what it is. We have the level 3 Pierce card here, though. He doesn't have Nanashi buffs on his character. I'm not really worried about using the Hell Ultimate anyway, but I think we'll probably just end it here. Unfortunately, a little bit of a smaller showcase. I definitely want to use the character with a couple of different teams, maybe. We'll try to do some variety and see if there's other stuff that we can maybe mess around with her on. Somebody in the live stream wanted me to use a Pierce team with her, which could be actually pretty interesting considering she buffs up Pierce so much. So that could be kind of cool. But yeah, if you want to see extended showcase, I guess, feel free to head over to the live stream. Like I said, I'll try to have it all, you know, time stamped out and everything, so you can just skip through and everything. You can see the summons if you really wanted to. We were lucky enough to we pulled her in 90 gems, so that was actually really, really nice. But yeah, man, I feel so stupid. Hopefully you guys aren't upset with that or anything like that. I know it's not ideal, but either way, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the small little tidbit there. Feel free to go check out the live stream for more. And yeah, I'll do some different teams and stuff like that with variety this week, and we'll see how it goes. See you there.